Oh. Wow, yeah, that is a tough question. I think that mental health is anything that involves your emotional state. So if you are stressed out or you're sad or happy, that's still part of your mental health.
I think mental health obviously covers a lot of things. It could be anything from dementia to depression, bipolar. There's all sorts of things that are in the envelope of mental health.
Mental health to me covers a really wide spectrum of areas. It's a lot of people seem to think just immediately like schizophrenia and all these big illnesses and diseases, but it does encompass things like stress and anxiety of other issues. So it's quite broad, and I think there's a lot of areas that kind of get overlooked a little bit when people are thinking about mental health.
And it changes as well. Like throughout your life, like you might not always have a mental health issue. It might be something that comes on at any time, really. You might not always have it.
Sometimes I like to eat or listening to music.
Things that I would normally do is I'd just play a sport and sweat it out, and you always feel better after you've just exerted yourself.
But it's also a social break as well.
Yeah.
Training as well as an exercise break. Which if you've had a stressful day, even I guess that's a really mild form of ill mental health. But it's still, if you've had a really stressful day, I guess it's still not great, is it? So that's something you can do to help that.
Personally, one of the best things I find when the person's down or found down is to talk to friends. Because for some reason, there's certain friends that you have that no matter what you say to them, they'll always make you smile.
It's a good way for people to chat with their friends, tell other people why you are unhappy, and share our happiness with others.
The more you live it without, trying to sort it out when it's starting, it gets bigger, and it really affects your education.
I was quite emotional. I was quite found it difficult to regulate my emotions, and so I was quite tearful a lot and quite angry and quite annoyed that this situation was happening. And the more I kind of tried to make it better, the more it seemed to I seemed to making it worse.
It can have huge impact upon your social well-being as well as your academic ability. So you go to lectures, you're not quite engaging as much as you should really, to be honest.
If you really surround yourself with good people, positive people, people that get out there and do things, you're much more likely to have a good time in uni. You're much more likely to get out of that place. And sports, in my opinion, a very biased opinion, sports is the best way of doing that.
Do it sooner rather than later. Don't let things spiral to the point where you pass the point of no return, so your grades have suffered or you've missed loads of lectures, and that will eventually make your grades suffer.
Just tell them what I did to get through that, and hopefully that can actually, mean something to them.
And know that they're not alone. There's so many people out there who have mental health problems. So you're not people aren't alone with their issues. There's always someone out there. Don't give up.